One of the main reasons why majority of the UPSC aspirant are failing to crack the CSAT cutoff is their poor accuracy in solving reading comprehension section. Guys, out of the 3 sections which are there in the CSAT paper, the quantitative aptitude, the reasoning and the reading comprehension section, it is the reading comprehension section which is the easiest section. Guys, I have cracked the UPSC prelims examination 6 out of 6 times. You can see some of my scorecards, and today I am going to reveal to you the secret technique of solving reading comprehension questions. Guys, I am going to give you step-by-step process how to read the passage and get the answers in a second. So guys, let us start this session. Please do watch till the end if you really want to learn and apply these techniques in the examination hall. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to take one PYQ, then I'm going to share the rules of elimination, and then I'm going to show you how to basically understand how the options are getting framed so that you can easily eliminate those options, and I'm going to also give you one exercise. So let us see. Guys, the passage is in front of you. The passage is from 2023 prelims examination CSAT paper. This is the passage. So the major mistake what most of the aspirants do is that they start reading the passage. They invest time in reading the passage. Then they read all the options and they again read the passage to find the answer. Okay, that is the main thing. They just read and they come to the options. Once they are reading the options, again they will go back and they will read the passage and they will waste a lot of time. Waste time. So you don't have to do like this. What we have to do is that we have to do active reading. We have to do active reading, not passive reading. Most of us, what they do, okay, they passively read the passage and then they again read the question. They are not able to find something, they will go back and again read the passage. How many of you do like that? That is a major mistake. You waste a lot of time and you fail in the CSAT paper. Okay, so today I am going to give you exact method how to read the passage so that you don't have to read the passage again and you can easily solve most of the answers. Okay, so what we have to do is that, whenever we read the passage, we have to read the first line of the passage and we have to read the last line of the passage. The first line of the passage and last line of the passage talks about the main idea. The first line introduces the main idea. The last line concludes the main idea. Logical? Guys, whenever we talk to someone or we want to explain to someone, we introduce the concept in the first line, and when we conclude our talk, we basically conclude that main idea. Okay, so first line and last line talks about the main idea. Particularly last line is very important. Okay, this is the rule which we have to follow. You can see here the first line and the last line is very important. First line introduces the theme and last line gives the conclusion of the theme. This is very important. Second thing what we need to do while reading the passage, we will see which word is getting repeated multiple times in the passage. So by a cursory glance we can see the word choice. You can see again is repeated multiple times. You can see choice. Okay, then again you can see, okay, lot of word choices. Okay, so you can see the word choice is getting repeated multiple times. The word choice is getting repeated multiple times. So the main idea has to be around choice. So we have to see what is the theme which is getting repeated again and again and again in the passage. One more thing we need to keep in mind is that we need to skim the passage. Skim the passage means we don't need to read the entire passage. Wherever examples are given, we don't need to read. Wherever facts are given, we don't need to read. Okay, so you can see here that in this passage, if you read this passage, you can see here in the very first or second line, they are talking about a story. They are talking about a story. They are talking about an example. In a story, they are giving example of a donkey. They're giving example of a donkey which has two choices. What is the choices? He has 2 stacks of hay and he is not able to decide which one to eat, so the donkey starves to death. Okay, this is an example given, but this is not the main idea. Examples are never the main idea. You can just skip this. You can't read, you don't need to read this. Without reading this first line and last line, if you read, you will get the answer. Okay, so let us read the first line and the last line. So if we read the first line, let me just erase this. If we read the first line, we get what? And last line, if we get, okay, if we read this, we get what? Okay, last line, let us read the last line. Let us read the first line. The paradox of choice is illustrated in the story of Buridan's ass. So basically the first line is talking about an example. That is not important. Let us read the last line. Let us read the last line. Life is about choices. Life is about choices. So life is what? Life is equal to choices. Now, many people are overwhelmed with attractive life choices. Many people are overwhelmed, means they have too many choices. Okay, so more choices is not equal to happiness. Why? Because excess choices gives indecision and anxiety. You can see here. Many people are overwhelmed with too many choices, yet they find themselves unhappy and anxious. So what is the conclusion of the passage? Conclusion of the passage is life is having too many choices. Too many choices leads to unhappiness. Unhappiness. How it leads to unhappiness? Because it leads to indecision and anxiety. So you will see most of the UPSC aspirant nowadays, they have too many institutes, too many options, too many mentors. So what happens? They are always in indecision, always unhappy because they have too many options. But if you are really intelligent, you will find one mentor which is good enough for you and you will follow that mentor properly. I see many aspirants with the same problem. Do you think this is a problem with most of the aspirants or not? They'll see one video, then they'll follow that mentor. Then again next day they'll see some other video, they'll start following that mentor. Again they'll see some other material, they'll start following this. Too many choices leads to unhappiness and anxiety. And that is the reason for failure for most of the aspirants. Okay, so this is the idea. This is the main idea of the passage. It is given in the last line. So first line and last line is the important. Okay, so next see. Okay, they have given some examples. Here you can see they have given example how changes in technology. You can see changes in technology and innovation such as smartphones and tablets only exacerbate our glut of choices. Constant connectivity and consumption of real-time data and social media can leave little room for self-reflection and making decisions more difficult. Constant bombardment of social media. Too many choices we have. Too many choices we have, that is making our life difficult. Why? Because we are not able to make decisions. And when we don't make decisions, then we feel helpless. That is what is the passage talking. So this is what? This is what? Is this the main idea? No, this is a supporting idea. This is the supporting arguments. This is the main idea. More choices not equal to more happiness. Why? Because more choices leads to indecision and anxiety. This is the main idea. This is the supporting argument. Okay. So why? Because there is no time for self-reflection. Too many options, no time for self-reflection. This is what you have to do. When we read the passage, we have to do active reading. We have to do active reading. What is active reading? First line we read. Okay, this is talking about example, not important. Last line we read. Last line talking about what? Many people overwhelmed with attractive choices. So life is attractive choices. More choices not equal to more happiness. More choices, unhappiness and anxiety. Why more choices, unhappiness and anxiety? Because indecision. This is what is the main idea. Okay. Now let us try to solve the question. Okay. So guys, one thing what I have observed in the passage, okay, UPSC passages where how the options are getting framed. Okay, there are 4 kinds of options UPSC is giving. Once you understand how options are getting framed, you can easily solve most of the RC questions. Let me first, before solving this, let me first show you what are the 4 kinds of options? So the first option is opposite of the main idea. Whatever is the main idea, they are talking just the opposite of that. Okay, so look for the opposite things, options which are just opposite, eliminate that. This is the easiest one to eliminate. This is the easiest one to eliminate. Means main idea you have written while reading the passage only. Just opposite of that, any option you find, you eliminate that. So what is the passage talking about? Passage is talking about life is equal to many attractive choices. Life is about many attractive choices, and these many attractive choices makes our life miserable because we are indecisive and we are having anxiety. Okay, this is what is the first, okay, main idea. Now let us see this. Which option is talking about this? Just the opposite. Just the opposite. Can you just read? I am giving you 2 minutes. Okay, which one is just the opposite of the passage? Can you read it? So first option saying modern technology enfeebles societal structure and makes life difficult. Second option says modern society is full of uncertainties and endless difficult choices. Endless difficult choices. But what the passage is talking about? Passage is talking about what? Okay, attractive choices. Life is full of attractive choices. But since there are too many choices, it is difficult to take decision. Okay. Now, let us read the third option. We are influenced by opinion of others and have no courage to follow our conviction. Modern technology enfeebles the societal structure and makes life difficult. Okay, now let us see other options. What are kind of other options? Out of scope. Some options are out of scope. Means nothing has been talked about that idea in the passage. For example, you can see in this. Okay, in this, which one is out of scope? Nothing mentioned about it. Out of scope. So is society mentioned in the, is societal structure mentioned in the passage? Is societal structure mentioned in the passage, guys? Anywhere societal structure is mentioned? No, it is talking about individual. It is talking about individual. Individual lives are making miserable. Why the life is making miserable? Because of too many choices. That's it. Okay. So this is out of scope. This is out of scope. This is gone. This is gone. 2 options gone. Okay. Now, let us read third. Extreme statements. Extreme statements. Eliminate extreme statements. Whenever you come across extreme statements, very extreme, never your answer will be extreme statements. Remove that. And last is what? Over extension of the main idea. Means they are oversimplifying the main ideas. Okay. These are the 4 things you need to keep in mind. Now let us see this option. Okay. Let us read option C. We are influenced by opinion of others. We are influenced by opinion of others and have no courage to follow our conviction. Guys, is the passage talking about courage of conviction? The passage is not talking about courage of conviction. But if you have a doubt in your mind, apply extreme word. No courage. We have no courage. It's a very extreme word. It's a very extreme word. Eliminate that. So you can see how we are eliminating the 3 options using the rules. 4 types of options: opposite, out of scope, extreme, and oversimplification. These are the 4 types of options UPSC is giving. Once you start finding this, once you start observing this, when you read any RC of UPSC questions, okay, just see which one is the opposite. Every passage, one option will be just the opposite of the main idea. One will be what? Out of scope. Out of scope means talking about individuals. The option will talk about society. And third, extreme. So now you see this answer. Everyone can answer this question now. What is the answer of this question, guys? Everyone will be able to answer now. Answer is option D, that in our lives having too many choices may not be a good idea, but having too few choices may not be having good idea, but having too many choices can make our life difficult. So too less choices is also bad and too many choices are also bad. This is what is the passage. very balanced. Okay, very balanced. So the main idea, okay, will be very balanced. You can see this is very balanced. Always the most balanced option will be the answer. The main idea question, talking about implied idea, main idea, crux idea, all are same. All are same. So what did we learn today? We learned to read the first line of the passage and the last line of the passage and write the main idea. Okay, so do the active reading. What is active reading? Active reading is when we are reading the passage, we write in the passage. Okay, just beside the passage we'll write. Okay, what we will write? Main idea. So, okay, the paradox of choice, we will write paradox of choice. Next, example, story of Buridan's ass, story of donkey. Do we have to write stories? Do we have to write examples? Do we have to write facts? No, we don't have to write, we have to just skim this. So, no need to write that. Next, what did we say? Read the last line. What is the last line saying? Life is full of attractive choices. Life is full of attractive choices, but too many choices does not mean you are happy. Why? Because too many choices leads to anxiety, leads to indecision. That is the crux of the idea. Write it here itself. When you are reading the passage, write it here itself. Write one line. Why I am saying to write? Because once you write this, you don't have to read the passage again. Guys, most of the aspirant, I am telling you, they are wasting time in the passage, reading the passage twice, thrice, 4 times, 5 times, and they waste the time and they say, sir, I am unable to crack the CSAT paper. I am not finding time. How can you find time when you read the same passage 10 times? You can never find the time. Okay, so do active reading. When you read the passage, write the main idea here itself. Okay, supporting argument, no need to write. Just I have written for showing you. Now what I am going to give you is that I am going to give you one exercise. That is also from the PYQ. Let me see how many of you can answer this. You have with you 3 minutes. You have with you 3 minutes. Let me see how many of you can answer this. Okay. Your time begins now. The passage is on unemployment. The passage is on unemployment. Apply same technique. What is the technique we have taught? The first line and last line. Write the main idea while reading the passage. The first line saying what? In India, while unemployment rate is frequently used to measure poor performance of economy, under conditions of rising school and college enrollment, it paints an inaccurate picture. Okay? Means the passage is saying what? Unemployment situation does not tell you the situation of economy. Inaccurate. They are not equal. Why? Read the last line. The unemployment challenge is greater for the people with secondary and higher education, and rising education level inflate unemployment challenges. Higher education, more unemployment. That's it. This is called active reading, guys. Once we have done this, now it is very easy to answer the question. Let us read and answer the question. Which one of the following statement most reflects as to what author intends to say in the passage? Enrollment in schools and colleges is high, but there is no quality education. Is this what passage is talking about? No. We have here, more education is equal to more unemployment. Unemployment must be seen as a function of rising education and aspirations of young Indians. Yes. Statement 3, there is no labor intensive, out of scope, labor intensive industry. Nothing is mentioned here. Education system should be properly designed as to enable educated people for self-employment. Nothing talking about self-employment, out of scope. Guys, this is the beauty. This is the beauty of active reading, guys. How many of you like this approach, guys? Please. Okay, give a thumbs up to this video. Share this video with all the UPSC aspirants who are going for 2026 prelims examination. I don't want any of you to fail in the CSAT. If you are confused what to do in the last 30 days, guys, you can attempt my 7 full-length tests which I have prepared for the UPSC prelims examination. These full-length tests have all important questions for the prelims examination. Okay, you can see here the full length test basically begins with FLT 1, 5th May, then 7th May FLT 2, 9th May FLT 3, 11th May FLT 4, 13th May FLT 5, 15th May FLT 6, and 17th May FLT 7. Please take all these FLT tests. This will really boost your confidence for the prelims examination because it has most expected important questions. Also guys, if you want to revise things in the last 1 month, you can make use of my Optima flashcards. Okay, Optima flashcards are free for my test series students. You can see all important topics like this. I've given one sample, Barda Wildlife Sanctuary for Asiatic lion. So I've released the flashcards for protected area, species, environment, geography, geography places in economy, IR places, index, government schemes. These are only important topics. So make use of this, guys. Again, I appeal, please do like this video and share this video with all your friends if you like the content. If you want me to make another video on elimination technique for reading comprehension section. Thank you. Bye bye and God bless you.